Welcome to Journeys Beyond with Shamari, a podcast where we explore dreams, energy, and the unseen worlds that shape our lives. I'm Shamari, and I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to Journeys Beyond with Shamari. Today's episode is for the ones who wake up the day after Christmas and don't quite know how they feel. Maybe you're tired in a bone-deep way. Maybe you're strangely flat. Maybe your nervous system is humming like it's had 3 too many coffees. Or maybe it's just quiet, and in that quiet, things start to surface. I call this the soft day after, not because it always feels soft, but because it's a day that wants to be softer than the weeks that led up to it. So in this episode, I want to explore what the holidays actually do to a sensitive nervous system and energy field, and why that might feel more drained after the big day than during it. How to tell the difference between tired and energetically flooded. And a few simple ways to let your system exhale and come back to itself. This isn't about fixing yourself or becoming the perfect, calm, spiritual person. It's acknowledging about what your energy has been holding and giving it permission to soften. If that sounds like something your body might appreciate today, take a breath, get comfortable, and let's begin. So let's name the obvious. The lead up to Christmas is a lot, even if you love it, even if you have a relatively peaceful family, even if you opted out of most of the usual chaos. We are moving through crowds, shopping centres, and traffic. Emotional build-up and expectations. How are we going to afford this conversations? Food and sugar and alcohol and noise. Family roles and patterns that go back decades. And the silent presence of people who aren't around the table anymore. All of that registers in your field. And if you're sensitive, which you probably are if you're listening to this, your system doesn't just process your own feelings. It's tracking the emotional weather of the room, the house, the wider collective. You're noticing who's tense, who's overcompensating, who's withdrawing, who's about to say the thing they always say that lands like a rock in your stomach. The interesting thing is, during the event itself, many people cope surprisingly well. Your system goes into a kind of performance mode. Okay, we're doing this. We're getting through the day. Here's the role I play. Let's keep it all going. It's often afterwards, when you finally stop, that the bill arrives. The adrenaline drops. The social mask rests. The body has enough safety to say, right now, can I please have some of your attention? And that's when you find yourself sitting on the couch on Boxing Day thinking, why am I so exhausted? And that's when you find yourself sitting on the couch on Boxing Day thinking, why am I so exhausted? Why am I teary? Why do I feel like I've been hit by a bus, even if everything technically went fine? Nothing's wrong with you. That's just your system telling the truth. It's helpful to distinguish between ordinary tiredness and being energetically flooded. Ordinary tiredness. I've been busy. I didn't sleep enough. I did a lot of things. It usually responds to a nap, some food, a quiet day. Energetic flooding is quite different. It can feel like your skin is buzzing. Your thoughts won't settle. You feel wired and flat at the same time. Little things make you want to cry or snap. You're not sure what you feel, just that it's a lot. That kind of state doesn't respond very well to just pushing through or numbing out. It also doesn't always fix itself with sleep, because the field, your field, is still tangled in what it was holding yesterday. If you're noticing you can't quite feel yourself, you're replaying conversations, you're carrying other people's disappointment or anger in your body, You're probably dealing with an energy field issue as much as a physical one. The good news is you don't need to do anything dramatic to begin to reset. Small, honest shifts make a real difference. So if it is safe for you to do so, I invite you to pause what you're doing for a moment. You can lie or sit down. Let your hands rest where they naturally want to be. We're going to do a very simple reset together. First, notice your contact. Feel where your body meets the chair, the bed, the floor. Let gravity have you just a little more. Take a slow breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. 2 more like that in your own rhythm. In and out. In and a gentle, unforced out-breath. As you breathe, imagine your awareness dropping from the top of your head down into your chest, noticing the area around your heart. No need to fix anything, just saying internally, I'm here. Now let your awareness continue down into your belly, your hips, your legs, right down to your feet. If you like, you can gently press your feet into the floor or the mattress for a moment and then release. We're just reminding your body that it has a weight, that it is allowed to land. Now with your next exhale, imagine the space around your body softening by just 1 notch. Not pushing anything away, not trying to cleanse to purify, just letting your field know. You don't have to hold everyone right now. You're allowed to be just mine for a moment. If it helps, you can say quietly, either aloud or inside, I step back into my own energy. Breathe with that for a moment. I step back into my own energy. If anything tightens or protests, that's okay. We're not forcing anything. We're just offering your system a doorway. Take 1 more slow breath. And when you're ready, gently blink your eyes open if they were closed, or widen your gaze if you stayed open, noticing the room you're in. That's it. Just a tiny reset. You can come back to this little sequence as many times as you need today. Now let's talk about a few tiny practical things you can play with for the rest of the day. You don't have to do them all. See if 1 or 2 feels doable. The doorway pause. Every time you walk through a doorway today, a bedroom, bathroom, back door, pantry, let it be a mini reset. As you step through, gently say to yourself, I'm stepping back into my energy. You don't have to feel anything big. We're simply creating a rhythm, a pattern that reminds your field you exist as a separate being. Or perhaps you could do a sensory declutter. The holidays are very noisy for the senses. Lights, music, TV conversations, wrapping paper, background, everything. Choose a small pocket of time, even 5 or 10 minutes, where you can turn down the sense volume. That might look like sitting outside with no phone and just listening to the birds. Having a shower in quiet, turning off background TV or music and letting your system notice the silence. You don't have to meditate, just let your senses have a break. Or perhaps you would like to try 1 small no. If your pattern is to say yes to everything, every request, every can you, every emotional download, see if you can give yourself permission to say 1 honest no, or not right now, not today. Doesn't have to be dramatic. It might be, I'm just going to sit down for 10 minutes before I start on that. I'm going to skip around this round of leftovers. I'm going to stay home while you all go out. I need some quiet. 1 small act of truth is enough to begin shifting the pattern. You're not being difficult. You're not spoiling anyone's fun. You're letting your nervous system know that it matters. And I want to say something very clearly here. If you find the holidays draining, overwhelming, or complicated, it doesn't mean you're ungrateful, broken, or a failure at being spiritual. It means your system is honest. Sensitivity is not a flaw, it's data. It's the part of you that notices the room is too loud for me, that jokes still hurt even if everyone else thinks it's fine. I need a moment to myself. I'm carrying grief as well as the joy this year. You're allowed to honour that. You don't have to turn it into a big explanation to anyone else. You don't have to justify every boundary. You can simply start with a quiet inner acknowledgement. Of course I'm tired. Of course my system is full. Of course I need gentleness today. That in itself can be a profound reset. So as you move through this day, the day after, whatever it looks like for you, my invitation is very simple. Let your system exhale. You don't have to fix all your patterns before the new year. You don't have to decide on resolutions or process anything that happens this week. You can take in one breath, one doorway, one small no, one tiny sensory declutter at a time. And if all you manage today is to eat something your body actually wants, lying down for a while, and acknowledging, yes, that was a lot. That is more than enough. Your energy doesn't exist solely to keep everyone else comfortable. It's allowed to belong to you again. Thank you for spending a little of your soft day after with me. If this episode has resonated with you, you might like to revisit the guided pause whenever you need a reset this week, or explore some of my blogs and offerings on nervous system repair and living in the field. You've been listening to Journeys Beyond with Shamari. Thank you for sharing this time with me. New episodes are released every Friday, so until next time, keep your energy soft and your journey open.